Hey guys, Jess with Peekaboo Wreaths. So we are back to finish this fall maroon and mustard yellow and ivory colored wreath. So we started this the other day. You guys saw me put in the bow, or create the bow, put in the mesh and cut the mesh. And now we are adding all the finishing touches in. So what I did, since we've last seen each other, is I did add the ribbon tails in here. What I did is these are 1.5 inch wide ribbon tails. One is maroon and it has a nice little sheen in the middle. And then this burnt orange and olive green striped one. These are both 1.5 inches wide and they're cut to 13 inches long. And then I took some burlap, but it's actually a grass skirt, and I put strands in there as well. So it looks like it has really, really pretty burlap strands coming out. And we have our bow that we made, and we are ready to add in all of our embellishments. So I do have the ones here that I'm going to be adding to the top layer. I have these really pretty sunflowers. They have the greenery that was on the stem, and I just pushed it all the way up so that it has a nice added touch of green. I have these brown leaves, and then I have this really pretty, it's like a plum purple or burgundy. They're like berries and leaves. I have 3 pieces of this. It all came on one pick. And I'm going to be using these on the top, just 3 different spots. And the brown leaves where I don't put those, these sunflower heads. And then I have a whole bunch of other stuff to add to the bottom level, but I don't have enough room on my table here to fit it all. So we're gonna be working the top first and then the bottom. So what I did is I took a sunflower and I glued it right here in the middle of that bow. So it just gives it an extra added pop and ties in our color scheme and our theme. All right, so I'm gonna be starting off over here, this tie right here. I know there's a lot going on, so we're gonna be doing our best. Let me grab our glue pot. I do have these too. They're like mums. So I think I'm actually gonna add these, 2 of them on the top layer. I'm gonna be doing some math, figuring out, because we have 6 on the top, then we have 12 on the bottom that we need to cover up. So let me add those in. Just because I was thinking, I was originally gonna put a sunflower right here on each one, but I feel like the bow, because I use that 4-inch ribbon, it really covers up that ribbon bundle, and I don't think it's going to be able to be seen very much. So I think putting a burgundy one right there is the best choice. Let me grab my glue pot. I use the Surebonder glue pot. It has melted glue sticks in it. If you've never seen a glue pot before, it looks like this. And it just has melted hot glue in it. You plug it in, it heats up, you're good to go. What I think I might do too is I have some of these leaves left over from the stem that I didn't use, and I'm probably gonna go around the bottom part and stick some of those in too, so none of them are wasted and I don't have an extra stem hanging around. So let me stick these mums in here. I know I'm starting to lose table space very quickly. Okay, so I'm just gonna pop that in there. I'm making sure I don't squish it too far in, but at the same time, I wanna make sure that it's gonna stick. And I'm gonna try to get my glue strings as I go. Around this top part, I'm gonna put these brown leaves. So we stick the stem in the glue pot over here. I'm trying my best not to get glue strings, but we can always take care of them at the end. All right, so there we go. We have our mum and we have our brown leaves. We're gonna take one of our, let's see, some of them are bigger and some of them are smaller. I think we're gonna take, take this one first. Put it in that next ribbon bundle on the top here. So with that, with the bow, it covers up one of the ribbon bundles. So that's why we actually don't put a ribbon bundle there. We just put We just put mesh there. We don't actually put ribbon because it wouldn't be able to be seen anyways. It's just a way to make sure that we're stretching our craft budget. And I'm just gonna pick this sunflower up a little bit, put this down in there. There we go. Let's see if you guys can see that. There you go. Okay, so I'm gonna move over to this middle one. I know there's a lot going on. All right, I'm gonna take, let's see, do we have 3 big ones? Let's do that big one. We're gonna cut down that stem a little bit long. And then we're gonna put a piece of our magenta leaves that I showed you guys. I'm just gonna stick this down in there, making sure we don't get our ribbon in there. Okay, so we have like, there was 3 pieces, like 2 were big like this and 1 was a little bit smaller. So I'm gonna make sure that I stick that smaller one in here, just so that there's a little bit of like a pattern, you know, like the big, little, big, just like we learn about in school. Right? What's the next one in order? I teach that to my boy. All right, now we're taking this one. We're gonna stick it over here. Let's try to turn this. So I really like adding the sunflowers in because it goes with the theme. Just kind of separating those ribbons a little bit, that burlap, making sure everything can still be seen. Take this one and put it in. So this is my favorite part of wreath making, is adding all the embellishments in. I just love adding all the detail. Okay, I'm just kind of opening up our ribbons here. On this far one over here, we're going to be putting, just like we did on the other side, we're going to be putting this mum, and then put those brown leaves on there. It's so fun. I went to the store today and I found the prettiest velvet pumpkins. I've used them on a couple of my football wreaths, actually one of my football wreaths this year, and I just hit the jackpot today. They must have just put them out. Because there was like every color. My son's like, well, what if, because I bought all the ones that they had. I don't feel bad about it because I'm sure that they have more in the back. And then I'm just going to take, I had extra brown leaf, so I'm just going to stick it in the top of the bow. And then we're going to figure out what we're going to do at the bottom. So we're just going to stick this in the top here, just to give a little bit extra dimension there. And now we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do. So we have these 2 big ones. Let's see, so I wanna make sure that I, let's see. I know, I'm sorry, I seem like I'm all over the place. All right, so here's these. These are from Bloom Room. They were part of the fall bush. It was $9.99 for all of them. It came with lots of the heads. As you see, there's lots of really pretty leaves. They're not the pusher type that you can push up, unfortunately. Okay, so we have 5 of these, which we like to use even numbers, so we'll probably just use 4. I might stick these leaves behind them. We'll see how I feel about that. Okay, so we have 4, and then we have some more of these mums. We have, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's 10. And then I have these little cuties. Let me show you these. But these little baby velvet pumpkins. So I can add, we only need 2. So I'll probably just put that 3rd one up in the bow as well. That's what I like to do. Instead of just keeping one of an embellishment, I'll just stick it in top of the bow, because I know that some people like to keep their odds and ends, but I mean, what are you gonna do with one pumpkin, right? That's just kind of a little bit of a waste of space. So we're just gonna stick this. We're gonna take, let me think, I'll probably put it out here. I'm just gonna stick that glue in there. this one here. And then put the other one. We're trying to be symmetrical. Probably stick this other one on the other side. So that's kind of even. I probably should have left the stem a little bit longer. 1, 2, stick it over here so it can still be seen. All right, now let's start going with these. Let me see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, let's just start adding them in, see what happens with our pattern. We try our best to make it nice and even, but all right, so let's see. So we have that, we have that. Okay, so let's see, there's one under here that needs something. Let's put a sunflower. And then I do have some darker leaves too that I can add in. As we go around, it's all about adding layers, adding texture. Okay, we're gonna put a red one over here. Apologize if you guys can't see all that I'm doing here, but it is a big wreath, probably about 25 inches across. You guys will have to let me know how you found me. If it just Facebook just maybe recommended you, or YouTube. You'll have to let me know if you guys are wreath makers or somebody interested in seeing just a behind the scenes look. Okay, we're gonna add the sunflower in. Turn it. Starting to get some hot glue strings, which normally means that my glue pot is cooling off. That looks really pretty there. I'll just go around and you can either just pull them with your hand, or you can use a hair dryer. Set on low. Of course, we don't want to melt any of our stuff over here. I'm just sticking with the mums over here. All right, I have 1, 2, 3. Okay. Just making sure that I am not dipping my petals in the hot glue. All right, let's stick this in here. Like I said before, we want to make sure that the hot glue is coming in contact with the wreath, but at the same time, we don't want to, you know, when I first started making wreaths, I would just rip the heads off of the stems and just glue it on top, which is, it has its place. I'm not gonna totally dog that because it did look beautiful, but at the same time, it didn't have as much dimension to it. All right, just fluffing out my bow a little bit. All right, so I think I am gonna go through and add a few more leaves. Let's see. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to think. All right, so I do have these here. Let me think what I'm gonna do here. I think I'm gonna go through and just add these in behind the flowers. So let me get, let's see, 1, 2, 3. And these were from Hobby Lobby as well. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on each one. We need 12 on the bottom. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So then we'll get the top, we'll get, let's see. So 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 15. So we'll do that. We'll just add a, well, we'll have 3 left to go around the top. Okay, we'll put probably the 3 lower ones. All right, so let's just keep just taking these, kind of twisting them so they're both facing the same side, and then just taking this little part here and dipping it in the hot glue. And then just lifting up the flowers a little bit. And let me start over here so you guys can see what I'm doing. There you go. There we go. I'm not really paying attention to which leaf pattern necessarily. Just making sure that each bundle has a set of leaves in it. And there is color variation in the leaves. Some are a little more gold, some are a little bit more magenta, a little bit more olive green. I like it. It adds some really pretty natural elements. Put them in and just turning it, and then it'll be all done. What do you guys think about how this wreath is turning out? Do you guys like it? And it looks really pretty for fall. These little tiny ones. Teeny tiny. Alright, let me see. Adding it in. Until it's towards the end of the night, I'm kind of losing steam of what to talk about, especially if you haven't noticed. We're having a one-way conversation here, but just adding the leaves in. Right behind the flower blooms. And just turning it. Next one is a mum. Do you guys decorate for fall with fresh mums on your porch or in your landscaping? I know it's been kind of picking up steam lately for people to buy fake mums. I've been seeing that a lot in my reels. People buying fake mums and saying like it's a good investment because, you know, it's kind of like buying the real thing a couple times, but they last year after year. So I don't know. I really like the look of mums on my porch, but it doesn't get a lot of sunshine. So I feel like whenever I put them on my porch, I get nervous that I like miss the window of growing season because they're so behind because they're not in the sun because we have a covered porch here. So maybe having the fake mums might be a good idea. I don't know. I'll have to think a little bit more about it. You'll have to let me know what you guys think about that. If you guys display mums in your house, in your home. All right, so I've gone all the way around now. I have, yep, 3 left, just like I was hoping. All right, that mathed right. Okay, so I got 3 left here. I'm just gonna stick them a little bit. Actually, I put one up here. So we have 2 layers of leaves. That's really pretty. And then one on the other side. And then we'll put that baby one in the middle. Brown leaves are really pretty. I like the dimension of having different textures and different colors. Even with pumpkins, when I add pumpkins in, I like, you know, adding the velvet pumpkins and a little bit more in the natural pumpkins and all the feels. All right, well, there we go. So we are all done. This wreath measures about 25 inches across. It's about 8 to 9 inches. Let me back it up a little wide. It'll be available in my Etsy shop over at peekaboo-wreaths.com. And stay tuned. We're going to be doing another one. But the next one is going to be, I think, more of a leopard theme fall wreath. So thanks so much. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.